So we're currently in the wild, and we're watching old Yashi Poo awkwardly sit on the bench, having a conversation with a lovely Polish girl. And he's tried to isolate to the point, or like just semi-move her to the bench so he can sit down, but she has a bit of resistance to sitting down. But he's persisting, so that's really good. So yeah, we'll see how the rest of the interaction goes. So earlier I made a comment about old Yashi Poo starting a conversation with this cute little Polish girl. And I wasn't 100% sure if she was actually down to chat to him. I was kind of pessimistic about what was going on, because he tried to like micro-isolate her by like starting the conversation, then moving her away from the foot traffic to sit down. And he'd sat down, but she kind of refused to sit down with him and just stood there. So from my perspective, I'm like, I don't know how interested this chick is, but somehow, as you can you shine the camera on the two now, if you can? Yeah, perfect. Yeah, as you can see, he's been able to persist through the resistance that she was initially giving him. And he's semi-seeded the idea of an instant date, because she has to catch a train in like maybe 10 to 15 minutes. So it just goes to show like the power of persistence sometimes when you meet girls that might not be showing you like a lot of interest off the bat. And as long as you just kind of like lead and do it with confidence, sometimes you can pull off some pretty cool stuff. So let's see what happens with it now. I'm not 100% sure she's agreed to the instant date yet, but there's a small chance they might be able to do a quick 10-minute coffee. So let's see how things progress from there. I was having a conversation with our lovely camerawoman Narelle before, and she was just taking a couple of quick shots here when you first started talking to this cute Polish girl. And I said to Narelle, I was like, I'm not exactly sure like how down she is to have a chat, because the thing that you did good, like your opener was great. She seemed somewhat receptive to have a conversation. She did mention that obviously she was in a bit of a rush. She had to catch a train, but you handled it perfectly in terms of being persistent and then like trying to like micro-isolate or like slightly move her out of the way to go sit down and have a conversation, yeah? That was all great, like that was perfect. Yeah. The thing that I didn't like, and the reason why I was pessimistic when Narelle was like, should we film this? I'm like, I don't know how long this conversation's gonna go for, because she's not actually sitting down. Because the thing is, if you invite a girl to kind of step outside of the crowd and try to continue the conversation, and you sit down and she doesn't sit down with you, she's obviously not showing like a huge amount of interest, Doesn't necessarily mean she's not 100% keen to talk to you. It just means that it's not, it's not optimal. Like you would prefer if she would sit down, Anyway, the thing that I really liked about it was you're incredibly persistent, but then all of a sudden, bro, like she'd mentioned that she needed to catch the train, and again, you followed the 3 times rule in terms of persistence, and then you kept walking with her, and then you seeded the idea of going for a coffee. Now, I actually said to Narelle as well, a lovely camera woman today, I was like, there's something off in the vibe. Like you kept asking her a lot of really good questions, and the problem with it is like, obviously if you follow our conversational framework, because you're so good at it now, you're used to seeing the girls you're talking to really open up, right? She's just kind of giving you like one-word answers. She's not really heavily investing. She doesn't seem overly enthusiastic. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, there is something slightly off. And what I would actually, the light's gone green. What I would usually just assume when I see that, where I'm getting like a little bit of interest from the girl, but she's just not investing as much as I would usually like to see at that point, especially when you're using the right conversational skills and you're doing everything perfectly, I would instantly assume emotional availability is probably off. Doesn't necessarily mean she has a boyfriend. It doesn't necessarily, nah, it's fine, fuck it. I'm pretty sure the mic will pick it up. But yeah, it's good, sweet. It doesn't necessarily mean that she has a boyfriend, but maybe she's dating someone, seeing someone. Maybe she's not open to date because she just wasn't giving you as much as you. Can we walk that way? Yeah, she just wasn't giving you as much as you'd probably be hoping to get. So what I would do in that situation before I would continue to persist as hard as you persisted, which was actually great, by the way. Like, you really took my persistence to a whole new level, yeah? I would instantly go, okay, cool, what's potentially holding her back? So I would instantly screen for emotional availability to figure out what the disconnect is. If you had done that a little bit earlier, it would have saved us from taking a 100-meter walk to the shopping center and the heavy seeds on the instant date to go for a coffee. And then it would have saved you, 10 minutes waiting outside of the bookstore, the fucking bookstore. and then just like lingering until she came out, and then finally she told you had a boyfriend. So in terms of like just pure efficiency, it would have been better if you had a screen for emotional availability a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest thing the biggest takeaway from that particular interaction. The positive is, bro, I'm really loving the persistence. I know I told you to be persistent before and you were being a little bitch about it, but now it's like you've really taken persistence to like even more persistent than what I would usually be, which is perfect. That's exactly what I want you to do. Because she was still giving indicators of interest. It's just like that little bit of resistance there that was, it's kind of hard to read.
Yeah.
Now, just for a future reference for you as well, bud, if you ever meet a girl, like in a street environment like this or in a park, and she's in a rush to go to the train and stuff, screen the logistics a little bit more clearly in terms of exactly what time her train is.
And she did mention it. Like,
did she? What?
Like
how much?
5:30, like in like 10 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Yeah, okay, sweet. Okay, so you were just being like real ballsy and cheeky by trying to go for the coffee date, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Actually, you know what? I take what I was about to say back. That's actually fine. The real caveat that I want to give is if you walk with and you keep having a chat to build more investment and connection or whatever, and let's say she didn't have a boyfriend like this one did, when a girl goes into a store, bro, go with her. But if you feel like you're not getting the levels of interest that you would like to see, what you can do is just do like a little bit of a takeaway and just say to the girl or check in with the girl and say, hey, by the way, like if you want to do your own thing and do some shopping, and you are in a massive rush, like I can leave you to it. Otherwise, I don't mind coming into the store and continuing the conversation. It's up to you. You put the ball in her court to see how she reacts. That way, if you're unsure if she's into you or not, she can now verbally confirm, no, it's fine, like come with. You now feel more confident in the interaction. You don't feel awkward, yeah? You're like, okay, cool, she's given me a green light. But if she goes, oh, look, honestly, I would probably prefer to go, you don't want to be a hindrance because let's pretend like she's polite and kind of gives you an and an and you kind of persist through that. Maybe you make her feel uncomfortable the whole time, and if you go for a number later, and again, pretending that in this hypothetical scenario, she was single, then the whole time she's just feeling a bit of resistance and it might decrease the likelihood you get to see her again. So you just want to check in with the girls every now and then when you're not getting as much interest as you would like to see, just to gauge how down she actually is to spend time with you or for you to go into the store. Yeah. So that's something else you can do. Because the last thing you want to do, man, is spend, 10 minutes leaning up against the door, waiting for the girl to go into the shop, find the card or the book that she was looking for, wait in line, then come out, and there's the dude that's like been pretty persistent with her. You were still nice and stuff. You had good social skills, bro. So it's like, it's not like you were being creepy or weird, but you are just standing there waiting. And then she comes out, and let's say she's not 100% into it. She's like, oh God, here's this guy. You could save yourself from doing that if you checked in a little bit earlier. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So yeah, for all future references, bro, like just make sure you're going with the girl. There's been plenty of times I've met girls and like they're literally clothes shopping, grocery shopping, buying stuff for their parents, and I just say, or even going to the bookstores and stuff, I'm like, hey, just before you run in there, like, is it cool if I come with you and continue the conversation, or would you prefer to do your own thing? That's all you got to do. That's how you use social skills and calibrate. Now, if they say yes, go with, no problem. Extend the conversation, build a bit more investment, show a bit more personality, have some fun, get to know the girl, go for the number later. But if she goes, look, to be honest with you, like, I don't know exactly how long it's gonna take, I'd probably prefer to do my own thing, I just like to shop that way, then go, okay, cool, well, the last thing I wanna do is interrupt you, like, you do you. So what we can do is maybe we can exchange contact details and I can take you for a coffee another time. How does that sound? Then you get the number and leave. That way you're never a hindrance to the girls, you're always being polite, you're always being socially calibrated, and it gives yourself a higher chance of actually making something happen with the chicks, yeah? But otherwise, bro, I'm loving the persistence, dude, because she wasn't giving you like, she wasn't giving you heaps. It was just enough to kind of keep it going, but not enough to really confirm like a huge amount of attraction. And it doesn't surprise me that she had a boyfriend. I think if she didn't have a boyfriend, she would have been way more receptive. Yeah. And it's kind of funny because I end up pushing you to the point where I'm like walking past yelling at you like, just take her for an instant date anyway. And then you go in there and I think you were telling me like, she's like, well, I have a boyfriend though, like I'm not sure we should do this. And you're like, yeah, 2 minutes, it's fine, don't worry about it. But yeah, other than that, man, that's the takeaways from that one. And I'm really happy with that. So yeah, good shit, bro.